Peace and love, y'all. It's your brother A.D.V.I.S.S, and we are here with another more interviews, aka memoirs of our real experiences. And today, for this interview, we have a collective, a group that's going to be coming through. So, for today's interview, we have Code Encounters along with the folks of that's Tylr C, adflcko, as well as Hypesun. So as they're coming on and getting ready, y'all, I want y'all to, if y'all have any questions, please throw the questions down in there, as well as be able to, if you're able to stay, please enjoy the interview and be just give your insight to it. But before we do that, I see already we got Code Encounters. Good to see you up in here, brothers. So I'm gonna also drop in the comments. You see the pin for today. So if you want to, go follow all of these folks here down at the pin. But with that, I do want to wait on and end up also seeing Hypesun is at before we get started with the interview. But again, this is your brother A.D.V.I.S.S, and this segment and episode is called More Interviews. What's going on,
What
brothers? Good
up,
to see
yo? What's
y'all.
good? Good to see you, bro.
Peace and love, man. I'm doing well, man. I can't complain, y'all.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Thanks for having us, man.
Oh yeah, no problem. And where's Goofy? Where's Goofy at right now?
All right, we waiting on him, bro. Shit.
But shoot, other than that, man,
He ain't saying nothing.
he didn't say nothing.
No, I
Got
don't
you.
think he's on yet.
Oh, okay, I got the brother. I see you in here, Black Manga Prince. Shout out Prince to you. Shout out to you, brother. Switch accounts.
Yeah,
Yeah, bro. What you got to end up doing, man? Before we get this interview underway. But
for sure. Yeah, we can wait for him for a little bit.
Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, that's good. But yeah, man, I see y'all got it in the background and everything too. You got the project in the back too. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
bro.
okay.
I wanted to have my little studio set up, but I just moved, so I don't have my studio shit on me. But it's all good.
Hey, at the end of the day, again, I appreciate y'all. And then this interview literally is gonna be for those to end up seeing the great content y'all come up with. And then you get your studio set up, it's all gonna come through, you be good. But
Hell yeah, man.
the brother, the great Hypesun, is in the building now, but we see the
What
back.
up,
Oh
Vice
dang, I'm showing
Son?
everything else.
Peace, dog.
Brother circling. Hopefully everything
Yeah,
is
his shit.
good.
Yeah, his shit loading, it looks like.
Hey, but that's what happens
And
with this,
everything's all
y'all. I
pausing.
mean,
What's
this
going
is
on
all
here?
Right.
on the internet, so other people. Yeah.
What up, Hypesun?
Yo, what's good,
What's
brother?
good, bro?
Think he can barely hear us.
Can you hear us, Hypesun?
You can't,
I'm trying to turn my
bro. We can barely hear you.
Can you hear us, bro?
Dang.
Yeah, I think his shit's glitched, bro.
I was about to say, well, Wi-Fi is brother on right now. I'm not trying to shoot or anything in that particular case, but it might be where he's at.
Right,
It's just not
right,
connecting as well.
right.
But I mean that ends up happening. But we'll give it 1 or 2 more minutes, and then I'll still definitely get started with the interview as your brother comes in
No
and figures
doubt.
it out.
Sounds
But
good, bro.
yeah, man, shoot, I'm hyped, as well as I'm also very excited to know a little bit more about how a lot of this already came to fruition between you two and just everybody who you're adding to the roster. So it's gonna be
Yeah,
interesting. And for y'all who are coming
we're
in too,
excited, bro.
and for y'all who are coming in and don't know, these brothers right here, we got adflcko and we got Tylr C of
Peace,
Code
peace.
Encounters. So literally, if y'all see the pins, please go follow and check these brothers out. They just dropped a project. It's called All Buttons In, which seems like it's a shout out to one of the producers that's on their squad
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
So
Fully produced by All Buttons In. Oh
so
yeah, and I
please.
wanted to say before we started this, just a big shout out to All Buttons In because he couldn't make it today, or else he would have been
Mm,
here too. You know what I mean? But big shout out to him, bro, because this shit wouldn't be possible without him. You know what I mean?
that's respect.
Hell yeah,
I
bro.
feel a lot of producers and DJs nowadays don't get the credit and respect that they're owed and due because of the fact
I
that
100%.
it's
Yes,
always
I
the
100%
MC
agree.
out in the front that's like, yo, man, like they're the stars of seeing and they're the ones in there playing in the background. But at the end of the day, like,
Right.
the only way we can shine is because we over your beats or you doing the
Yeah,
scratching and
yeah.
things. So
100%.
gotta
That's
get that
facts.
respect right
Without
there.
without producers, we wouldn't be shit. We wouldn't be doing this. You know what I mean? Like I can't produce. Like to me, that shit is so hard, bro. Like yeah, we spitting.
Hey, you stick with the skill that you know that's just set there for you. So
Hell yeah, bro.
yeah. But we're gonna go ahead. I think he's getting hopefully his other setup. But if he comes through, I'll still throw some of the answers right or questions right back to him, so we'd be good.
For sure.
Yo, what's
Sounds
good,
good.
Vision Studios? Good to see you up in here, my G. What's good? All right,
Hell
looks
yeah,
like.
much love. We got 6 people in here.
Oh yeah, man. Don't forget, y'all. Please go check these brothers out again. I know I'm gonna keep saying it, but guess what? I'm gonna keep doing it throughout the whole live. So if you're gonna get mad, you can get mad. Yo. All right, now we see a hand. Yo.
Shit, dude.
Yo. Brother, if you got headphones, you're gonna need to probably take your headphones out.
Yo, can you
Because we're not
hear
gonna
us,
be able to
brother?
hear you.
Right.
Dang, yeah, that's gonna end up, yeah. He gonna end up probably
Yeah.
it's gonna be fun. Look, he might have to keep popping back and forth. So look at y'all interviews gonna have this popping back and forth, but it's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. He's having some problems it sounds
Yeah,
like. Probably just like his connection.
that is there. So again, if y'all in here too, if y'all have any questions y'all wanna ask of these two here too, please throw them down in the comments, as well as I have my questions that I have set for them. But without further ado, y'all, let's go ahead and let's get this interview started, because I don't want to
Let's
keep
get
y'all
it,
so
bro.
long. So
This is so freaking weird.
there we go.
Yo.
But flip it so we can see
Yeah.
your face. Ah. But with that, y'all, let's get this interview started. So
Let's get it, bro.
first question I got for y'all, just so people can know, can y'all give the folks and everybody a background about yourselves? Tell them a little bit about who each of you are.
You want to go first or me? Whatever. Yeah, bro. So we started making music. We met each other in about 2014, around 2015, and we started making music together. And we, at first, you know, like when you first start off making music, it's tough. Like you're trying to find your sound, you're trying to find your groove. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so we started off making. We were more like towards that underground shit, like
more like we were really inspired by like Suicide Boys and like XXXTentacion type stuff. And then yeah, we wanted to change shit up.
yeah, we flipped our whole thing, bro, because we just kind of felt like that was cringy. It was just not our style, you know what I mean? So we,
Yeah.
like I said, we were just trying to still find our sound and everything. So we switched pretty much strictly to that boom bap shit, and that's
Yeah.
how it's been ever since like 2015. Like we changed the name of the collective and everything. And these last couple of years, though, we've really added a bunch of dope artists like Hypesun, All Buttons In, producer DM from Chicago. Shout out to him.
He's now going by Frankie Indigo though.
Yeah, yeah, he's
Mm.
now going by Frankie Indigo. But
Big shout out to him. Big shout out to everybody that was on the album. This shit was
That's what's
dope
up.
making it, man.
That's what's up. Yeah, y'all give me just a little bit more like where y'all from, and then specifically, I said
oh
y'all's
yeah, no
names,
doubt,
but
yeah,
people don't know specifically, all right, who is who. Some people might know because
yeah.
they're in here, but other folks may
Right.
not know. So
You can go, bro.
We're from Northern Michigan.
Traverse City.
Yeah, Traverse City, Northern Michigan. We've been making music for several years seriously. Like Tylr said in the beginning, we were trying to figure out our sound, and we slowly just been mastering as best we can up until this point. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're born. Yeah, so we're born and raised from Michigan, bro. I lived downstate in Saginaw for a little bit, but like I told you earlier, I just moved back up here to Traverse City,
Mm.
and yeah, so that's where we're from. Our other artist, All Buttons In, is from Canada. Hypesun obviously is from California. Frankie Indigo, like I told you, is from Chicago.
Yeah.
So
Oh wow.
so yeah, Traverse City though, bro, it's like it's not like a huge town, you know what I mean? Like it's not like Detroit or like Los Angeles, you know, like it's kind of a smaller town, but there is a decent hip hop scene here, you know, like
Yeah.
over the years it's really progressed.
Yes.
And like when we first started out, I feel like there wasn't that many artists, especially hip hop wise. But
Mm.
over the years we've made a lot of connections with Traverse City artists, and so yeah,
Oh,
bro.
okay. I appreciate that. I know y'all already, while y'all was giving a little bit about yourself and your background, y'all already were touching on my next question, but I wanna cater it towards specifically each of you, even though if y'all might have similar
For sure.
influences and things of that. But I wanna know two things. One, what really inspired and pushed you to start creating music, if there is like a defining moment.
Right.
And then two, each of y'all, what were your main influences or who? So the
You want me to
first
go
one,
first?
the
You can
first
go
one
first.
being, what was that defining moment that just made you, inspired you to make music?
Well, first off, it was Tylr C that introduced me to rapping. It never even occurred to me when I was younger that I could be the one spitting bars. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
So, dog put me onto it, and then I feel like when I started taking my music seriously, it was because I was just trying to get out my emotions and just put my thoughts down and do something productive other than sit there and be sad or whatever the case may be. So
Hence the name Sad Puppy.
Sat Pup.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really what made me want to start like taking the craft more serious. And obviously I developed a love for hip hop in general. Like
Yeah.
I'm a student to the game, man. I
What
love hip
about your
hop.
influences? Your main influences?
My influences, my biggest influences are probably Tupac, Wu-Tang Clan.
Mm,
Um, I just love lyrical shit. Really, that's the shit that inspires me. But I take inspiration from everything.
yeah.
Day to day life. Books, movies, whatever the case may be. You know.
Yeah. Because the reason why, and before I definitely let you go, Tyler, reason why I
For
say
sure.
that is between you two. The reason why I wanted to know who your main influences were is because when you rhyme, especially when you rhyme, sad, like
Mm.
your voice and your flow, I try to figure out who inspired you, who you sound like. Not
Hell
saying like
yeah,
I'm trying
bro.
to say like, oh, you
No,
sound
right.
exactly like this person, but I'm
No,
like,
I hear you.
I'll know when I'm listening to certain MCs that I'm like, going to shows or I hear people rhyming. I'm like, okay, you might have probably listened to some Lupe. Oh, you might have listened to some
Right.
Common, or you definitely did listen to some Biggie. I can kind of
Right.
tell. But like with you, I was like trying to figure out. I'm like, yo, it's like what's homie's influences the way he rhyme. I'm trying to figure out
Right.
like who in particular.
Yeah, man.
Hell
It's
yeah,
it's
bro.
mainly that boom bap sound that really influenced me. Like I said, I when in the beginning we were really influenced by like Suicide Boys and like basically trap artists.
Okay.
Um, so we were influenced by trap, and then Tyler put me on to pro era, like
Okay.
Joey Badass, Capital Steez, and I was like,
Hell
yo, I'm
yeah.
loving these fucking beats, like. Oh, and then I started finding artists like Mobb Deep and Wu Tang, and I
Mm-hmm.
just started digging and digging and digging and digging and digging, and yeah, bro, I've slowly created, the
Gotcha.
beast that I am.
Yeah, bro. And I'd say with me, like I know he just said something about Pro Era. One that's like my biggest influence ever is like Capital. Are you familiar with Capital
Capital
Steez?
Steez, yeah.
Yeah,
Rest in
that
peace, man. Rest
yeah,
in
rest
peace.
in peace, Capital Steez, total legend. But um my friend when I was like maybe like 11, 12, I wasn't that familiar with hip hop. Like I barely even listened to hip hop that much, and one day he just started turning on some Capital Steez, and I was like, yo, this is fucking amazing, you know what I mean?
Mm.
And I was just amazed, you know? Like I'd say that's when I like really fell in love with hip hop. Like when I was introduced to Pro Air, and I was like, yo, I want to do some shit like this. Like this interests me, you know what I mean? Like in my life, I was always really I always liked sports and shit a lot. Like I was never that into music
Yeah.
until I was put on to like Pro Era.
Oh wow.
So I'd say that's like my main influence hip hop wise. But I also got others. Like I love Eminem. Like I'd say Eminem, in my opinion, is like the best rapper of all time.
Mm.
Um, like you just can't deny that, bro. Like his storytelling is just insane.
He's a crazy
But
MC for sure.
Biggie, of course, Tupac, um, Joey Badass, all of them, bro. It's pretty much just like he said. Like I'm always influenced from that boom bap shit, like that
Mm.
lyrical, you know, just those good beats. Like I like trap too, but when it comes to me making music, like I don't really mess with that. Like that's boom bap will always be my number one thing. You know what I mean?
And I like to dabble with like I want to do all sorts of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are versatile.
We
Especially
like
Hypesun. Especially I know he's not in here, but Hypesun is really good at being versatile. Like on the album, it's all boom bap, but you go listen to his solo music, and it's like, damn,
Yeah.
this cat is just amazing. You know what I mean?
yeah, he's very versatile.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
And there's nothing wrong with having your forte or your root in a particular style.
Right.
Right,
And then after you at least, got to a point, whether if you mastered or at least you've really gotten that style down, you can definitely go out and start reaching and trying other things. But you always know that you have your fallback of your foundation of
right,
that particular style. So
exactly.
I
No
feel
doubt.
y'all. As much
Yeah,
as
and
we
it's good.
can,
Like you said, it's good to branch out too. You know, like to different
Yeah,
sounds.
that's
You
what I was
know.
gonna say. I forgot what I was gonna say at first, but yeah, I like my boys, RRG, Papa J Rod, and Chain Deese, and
mm,
you know them boys. They be making a lot of trap music. They can do the boom bap thing, but they prefer the trap shit over it. So
mm,
I'll dabble with it with them type shit. You know, we're very versatile, man. We want to work. We just want to make music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, make connections like with
Exactly.
people like you.
Yeah, exactly.
mm. Beautiful. And I mean, with that segue of learning how and wanting to make connections, my next question to
Oh,
y'all
perfect.
is what motivated you all to create a label?
Well, I think at first, because like how we told you earlier, I put him on to all this music shit, and at
Yeah.
first it was just me, and I was like, damn, like that's the whole reason I put him onto it, because I was like, damn, I want to start like working with other people. I want to start building, you know, learning off other people. And then when me and him got together, like we made so much music just all by ourselves.
Yeah.
And at first that was cool, of course, like that's always cool to branch out and try and find our sound together and stuff. But
Yeah.
over time we were just like, damn, bro, we really feel like we're improving on this, and we should get some other people in this and form a group. Another one of my things that brings me right back to that Pro Air shit.
Yeah.
I just loved how they're a fucking group, and how like nowadays I feel like there isn't that many groups anymore, you know what I mean? And
I agree.
like I know we're like a label and shit, but like I'd also say we're like a group too. Like we're all
Mm.
Yeah,
together in
we're more
this.
so a collective than a label.
Yeah. So yeah, we pretty much just wanted to make connections with more people and really create a dope ass roster of talented people. And I feel like that was the good way to go too, because doing all that, like I always tell Marcus, like one of the best things that's ever happened out of all this is adding Hypesun and adding All Buttons in, like
Mm.
and Big
Yeah,
Sharp.
yeah.
Shout out Big Sharp. We haven't shouted out him
Oh
yet,
yeah,
but
big shout out to Big Sharp. We haven't shouted him out yet. He's also on Call Encounters.
yeah, he's from Traverse City too.
Yeah,
He's our other Traverse City artist.
he's the MC.
But yeah, bro, like it's just more fun connecting and doing it with as many people as you can, especially when we all have the same interests when it comes to it. And it's just dope, man. Like we've
Mm.
always just tried to make connections and do what we can to just try and keep that boom bap alive, you know?
Gotcha. That golden era,
Yeah,
the
you can't beat it,
90s.
bro.
Yeah,
Never.
that's that shit.
I feel that. With the next question, going into that, because it's still get into the meat and potatoes of the group and the collective. I want to ask both of y'all too, because of the fact that y'all are really heavy on the connections and really wanting to build not just only the roster, but really just come together to create music, like you said, at the end of the day.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I want to ask both of you then, what does collaboration mean to you? Like, what does it entail when somebody talks about, yeah, we're going to collaborate, or this is a collaboration?
I think collaborating is the best thing you can do as an artist, because it's important to be around like-minded people that are interested and are passionate about the same shit that you are.
Yeah.
So and like Tyler, I think he touched on that. Like, it just helps you be a better artist.
Yeah, that's my main thing.
Like, iron. My homeboy said this the other day. Iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
Everybody's sword is getting sharp when we're all working together. You know what I'm saying?
Very true. Very true. I agree with that.
Yeah, bro. Collabs. Yeah, pretty much what he said, man. Like, for me, collabs just I feel like they motivate me a lot more. Like,
Yeah.
like when you're writing by yourself, like obviously you're motivated and stuff, but when you have stuff to go off of and like just that energy around you,
Yeah.
it's just really fun and it motivates you more to want to do better. So that's collab to me is just it's just I'd say a word to describe it. It's just beautiful. Like
Yeah,
it's just a
100%. I think a good example is Hypesun. Like, you know how Hypesun joined the shit. I just hit him up one day. I was like, "Yo, bro, you trying to join?" And he was all for it. And
Yeah.
ever since, man, like, it's just like I said, man. It just sharpened our sword even more, and I hope vice versa. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
no
Mm.
Like,
doubt,
working
no
with an
doubt.
artist like Hypesun will do nothing but make you better. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Because you're sitting there thinking like, yo, okay, dog shit's like this. My shit's gotta come hard,
Yes.
even more so, or you know what I'm saying? The
Yeah,
same
bro.
type of vibe type shit.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Like a little competition. Like
Yeah,
sparring.
it
It's
don't
like
hurt.
some lyrical
Friendly
sparring.
competition.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
never hurt nobody.
I mean, at the end of the day, if it brings out a great result of a dope song, like why
Exactly.
not?
Hell
I'd say
yeah,
like
bro.
Wu-Tang is a beautiful example of that. Like, fucking I don't know if you watched the Wu-Tang show, but like,
I
bro,
haven't.
that show is so inspiring, man.
Yeah, it's pretty
Mm.
good.
Like, I highly suggest anybody in this shit. I highly recommend watching it if you're into the Wu-Tang Clan or just hip hop in general, because
Mm.
that shit was mad inspiring for real. Because I'm a big Wu head, bro. I'm a
Mm.
huge Wu head.
I mean, I'm hearing it. I could definitely now start putting the pictures and the pieces together. Now it's starting to
Hell
make
yeah,
sense. I'm with that.
right.
Um,
Hell yeah.
on top of that, the other part of the question for collaboration now in this particular case, um, I want to see your thoughts on how does collaboration help or hinder your growth as a collective or also as artists? I know y'all briefly touched on it, but
Right, right.
what you can give me,
You
like,
wanna
it's
go?
the pro and the cons, like, of how collaboration can either help or hinder.
For sure, yeah. I'd say, I mean, I feel like we touched a lot already on like some of the pros. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna start with the cons here. So I feel like sometimes it can make you almost like overthink in a sense. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm,
because obviously it's always friendly competition, but then sometimes I'm just like, damn, is my verse gonna be up to par with this guy's verse? And also another thing with online collabing, because you know how we're all from different places,
It's a
yeah.
pain in the fucking
it
ass.
can be it can be a pain,
It's a
man.
pain
Like,
in the ass.
that's why this album took so long to make,
It's
because we weren't able to like be in person.
right.
Like we haven't even met Hypesun in person, bro. Like, it's crazy. Like,
Mm,
I can't
mm-hmm.
wait to actually meet him and like
Hell yeah.
build some energy together in person, because that shit is so important. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll definitely say it's so much different than doing this
Right.
online
Right.
versus in person. You get a whole completely different feel.
Right. And
100%, bro.
also, nobody's schedule is ever the same. So we all got to work around each other. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, but, you know, like we were talking about, collabing is beautiful and it's iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
So that's all we want to do is collaborate and work with all types of musicians, artists from all different perspectives.
Mm. All right. Bruh. I mean, then that's in a sense the whole point of collaboration in itself is to know that, of course, you can be strong and create something on your own, but having
Right.
more hands and more people in a group or in a collective to do so even makes that picture painting process even more immaculate than just by itself.
Hell
Right.
yeah, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
100%.
And
Yeah,
it seems like it's more, and it seems more of it. It creates
my fault.
You're good.
other different parts on that whole layer that you wouldn't even think about even bringing to the table, but because somebody else had a different style or perspective to look
Right.
at it, it made you
Exactly.
start to think and look at something else in a different way. And it's like, yo,
Exactly. Yeah.
we start. I know the whole. Again, he says pencil sharpener, sharpener, pencil sharpener,
Iron
sharpener.
sharpens
But
iron,
but
man.
but basically, I know that whole use of that that saying. I mean, it's just
Hmm.
very true because
It is.
I'll do a selfish plug right now for the shows I do on Wednesdays. What's the word Wednesdays? That's the reason
Hmm.
why I'm grateful for people who come in and join the conversation and collaborate, because
Right.
I can have a perspective on a topic, but when somebody
Right.
comes in and they start adding to it, literally, it just I start being like, dang,
Right.
now you made me start thinking about this particularly on a topic when I didn't even think
Yeah,
about
bro.
that. And now we're
Right.
Them
starting to
different
build
perspectives.
Yeah.
more and more. Exactly.
Yeah,
So
Exactly.
you're
because
lighting
everyone
today.
thinks differently, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it's
It's
always good. It's always good to be learning from each other. That's another thing. I'm always trying to learn off people. Like,
Exactly. Yeah. Knowledge is power, man.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, I see you. All right. Exactly. Now, hopefully the brother Hypesun end up gets to, see some of this stuff, but I know
Yeah.
we'll
For
probably have to
real.
figure something out. He'll probably have to go figure some things out, but
Right.
ultimately
Yeah.
if he comes, he comes. If he doesn't, I'll figure out something
Yeah.
else. I might
If
have
he
to end
doesn't,
up
it's
just
all love.
Yeah.
We could
yeah.
figure out something else too, maybe in the
Yeah.
future or some shit
Mm,
if he
mm,
doesn't.
yeah. If not, I mean, I'll end up honestly, might just do one just for him, just because we got to miss out
You
That
on
should
this.
100%
But
do that. Yeah.
yeah.
that's a good
100%.
idea. I
Yeah.
like that.
So,
I do like
but
that.
with that, next question that I got for y'all, since now we're going to get into talking a bit about the project. So, for those who are
For
in here
sure.
who don't know, again, this is Cult Encounters. You got the brothers A.D.V.I.S.S and Tylr
Peace
C
and
of
love,
Cult
man.
Encounters, and they put out a new project last week today. It is called All
Hell
Buttons
yeah,
In.
week today.
So y'all go check that out. It's called All Buttons In on Spotify, all the different places, Bandcamp, wherever you get your music, it's out
Hell
there.
yeah,
Okay,
anywhere, all
and
outlets.
and that's what we're specifically going to be talking about right now, is that particular album. Just like a few questions, but if y'all want to
For sure,
elaborate
yeah.
more on everything else on it, you're more than welcome to. But
For sure, yeah. Let's get it. I'm
um,
excited to talk about it.
the next part of it is then give us a little rundown. Tell us a bit about the project.
You want to go ahead?
Well, the project started in I think it was March. The whole reason that I wanted to make this project is because we formed this collective, right? And we got all these dope artists. And we were like, yo, we need to get legends on this. Like with this album, like we were almost trying to like prove a point in a way. Like we're serious about this. And when you get legends on projects, it kind of opens up people's eyes a little bit. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so my main thing is I really just wanted to make a point with this album
Yeah.
and just show that we're serious about this and like people are gonna have to respect it, you know what I mean? And obviously the main theme of it is like boom bap. We really wanted to bring it back to that 90s sound, you know, like all the scratches. All the scratches are from his name's Jabba the Cut. Shout out to him. He did a
Mm,
bunch of scratches all over the album. He did a really good job. He's from the UK.
mm,
But yeah, bro, we just wanted to make it a really good project for hip hop heads, and you know.
Yeah. If you can too, on top of that, with y'all speaking on it and shouting folks out, um, take us a little bit into the whole process, as in if there's a particular maybe song or a particular moment that like really caught you, but like take us through the process of putting this album together.
You got some? I got something.
Yeah. J Cash, for those in here too, man, shouts out to J Cash, another dope individual. He could MC on the mic as well too.
Oh
Peace,
yeah,
bro. Peace.
peace and love.
Bro, brother. The song that's playing in the background is Dead Presidents off these two brothers project, their group's project called All Buttons In. So go check that out, J Cash.
Yo, could you repeat that question again, real quick, bro?
Yeah.
My
Basically,
bad, man.
what was the process like when creating the album? I know you talked about a few things, but like what was the process? And if there's a particular, you know, song or, you know, moment you had with it, what was that process?
Yeah, so I'd say the process, it was fun making the album, like it was really dope.
Yeah.
But it was also it was tough, you know what I mean? Like we were really focused on trying to really level up our sound
And
and
make it like a really, really good project, like he said, for hip hop heads. Like, and also just for us, we wanted to, you know, we want to look back at this album, however many years from now, and think, wow, we made a great fucking project.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, and I'd say when we got our verse on the verse on track number 3 from
Yeah.
Chuck Strangers, because I've already told you about he's a part of Pro-Era,
Yes.
one of the original members of Pro-Era. I believe that was the first feature on the album that we got, and
I
was
think it
it?
was the beats first.
Yeah,
We got some Chuck Strangers beats first.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was that we
yeah.
got
But
first.
but I'm just saying, like when we got his verse, like that was the first time we ever, other than Afro, but like that was the start of the project, and we first got his verse, and we were like, damn, like this is amazing, you know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
we just felt like we really had to go off that and come off that and bring the pressure, you know what I mean? I really feel like just getting that first verse done, like, because at first we didn't know, like, we kind of just went day by day with this project. We didn't know
Mm,
exactly like what we were gonna do.
Yeah, in the beginning we had a lot of ideas like
Yeah,
what it was gonna be, and like this is just the outcome of it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And we had so many other ideas. I remember, you know, at first we were talking about trying to get Fred Hampton Jr. on it, like
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
for real, like
Dude,
on
there
some
was so many
skit or like
ideas.
an intro or type shit. We were looking for all sorts of people that could be on this,
Oh
and
yeah,
you know, as in producers, MCs, like you know the Boondock Show.
Yeah.
The intro, I can't pronounce his name. I think it's like Assure or something like that. But
Mm.
I'm the stone that the builder
Confused.
refused.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. We want
I
to get
actually
him
look
on
at.
that shit too.
If I'm wrong, J Cash, tell me if I'm wrong. I know either J Cash or Substantial, who they roll with, they actually know that brother.
Oh
oh for
hell
real?
yeah,
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah,
awesome.
that's
yeah, yeah.
beautiful, man. That's beautiful.
Or they got to meet him, I can say too, because
Right.
there's a whole conventions and stuff. But dang, okay. Continue.
Right,
Where
yeah.
was
So
it?
we just had a bunch of fucking ideas, bro. But I feel like once, like how I was saying about the back to the Chuck Strangers verse,
Yeah.
once we got that Chuck Strangers verse, we were like, okay, like we should add some scratches to this, and we
Yeah.
should. That's when we got the scratches idea, because you know when you get a verse
Mm,
from rappers, like most of the time it's just like a 16 bar. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Right.
So what the hell's on this? Oh, my bad, bro.
Oh,
But
you
I was
good?
like, damn, I forgot what I was saying.
Scratches.
Yeah, so when we got onto the scratches, or when we got Chuck Stranger's verse, we were like, damn, we need to get scratches onto here, because we get the 16 bar verse, and that's not like really long. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it is, but we felt like because how we wanted to give it that 90s sound, we really
Yeah.
felt like the scratches would go really well, and so we had that idea. We hit up Jabba the Cut. He got that done.
Mm-hmm.
And then we heard the scratches to the song, and we were like, "Whoa!" Because
Yeah,
that
that
was our
shit was crazy.
that was our first time ever getting cuts / scratches, whatever you want to call it, onto one of our joints.
Mm.
And we were like, "Damn, yo, like this is really dope. We should continue doing this." So we ended up getting scratches on Vibes All Live with Elda Sensei,
Yeah.
Launch Code with Craig G, and just a bunch of other tracks, bro. And we pretty much just built off that.
That's what's up, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because for those who do not know, like there's a number of just talented folks that are all over this on this album. And they've already got to name a few of those. And earlier from people who weren't in here talking about collaboration, they did a really good job of finding a lot of folks to definitely collaborate to create this album in
Yeah. This
particular for
album is
sure.
stacked with a bunch of artists, bro.
So with that, my other question on top of that is, are there any memorable or tough moments when trying to put this all together? Like, was that one moment where homie called you up and started talking about he was at the 7-Eleven when he wrote his rhyme, or like, I don't know, like what is one of those memorable or tough moments?
I remember when we first got Elder Sensei's verse, we were like, "Oh shit! Like this shit is gonna be fucking crazy." And yeah, I remember that being a memorable moment. Fucking really just writing everything for this album. We wanted to make sure it was just, it was good shit. It was leveled up from, the last shit that we did. Never make the same album twice. But yeah, man, I can't really think of any more like, oh shit, like, I was super hype about the album, other than it dropping, waiting for it to drop and just being like,
Yeah.
I can't wait for this thing out.
Yeah, waiting for that shit to drop, I'd say was like the worst thing out of it all, bro. Because they always say you gotta submit your album to streaming outlets like 4 weeks before ahead of time so you can get all that promo in. So when we submitted the album, we had to wait like a whole month for it to drop. That shit killed me, bro. I was like, oh my God, I just want to get this shit out there. You know what I mean?
It almost made you feel like I'm a kid waiting for Christmas.
For real.
Yeah,
That's a
it's
perfect
like
description.
waiting to get that present. And I see in here, great question, J Cash. Great question, brother. I'm gonna ask him to him. It says, so who is your favorite collab on that album? I know you don't want to be like trying to pick sides or like who, but like literally like.
Oh, I could say.
For me, it's definitely Craig G, because
Yeah,
for one, that's my favorite song on the album, and it's my favorite verse. But out of all the legends that were on the album, that was like probably my favorite verse. But to me, Craig G is like
such a legend.
Yeah, he's such a legend. He's like, because bro, he started up with like Marley Marl, like he's like a pioneer. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool G Rap.
So for me, I'd say that was. I still can't believe we have a song with him, to be honest with you, bro. So for me, that's my biggest one. I'd say that Chuck Strangers is a very close second too.
Yeah. The beat is. Yeah, I would probably say Craig G or Chuck Strangers as well. But it's hard to choose, man, because you got Hypesun all over this. You got
Yeah, bro.
Sharp on.
Dude, I gotta say,
under the hood. You never even come to the hood. Humble yourself, bitch dance. Ain't the gun at your foot.
Yeah.
Like, every time I hear Big Sharp spit, man, he blows my mind.
For real.
Like,
and I gotta say, bro, Hypesun, he slaughtered this album, bro.
Yeah.
Like, bro.
Yeah, man.
He's amazing with it.
Yeah.
Like,
he's a blessing, man. We're very grateful to have him on the collective.
Yeah, speaking of that, speaking of Hypesun, he out there getting some sun.
My camera wrap.
What up, yo? I can hear you now.
Yo.
Peace, bro. Peace.
I don't know
got
what's
That's
that.
going on.
good.
I'm over here at my parents' house, and they're by a police station, and I don't know if it's the signals out here, but it's always like causes problems on the phone every time
Right?
I come
Yeah,
out
you're
here.
all good, brother.
Dang, he got that
Yeah, bro.
natural Wi-Fi. That's what he got. He got outside to get that natural
Hell yeah.
Wi-Fi from the
Yeah.
Shit,
sun
man.
all over here. But dang, brother, I'm definitely gonna run some,
Oh no, I'm
bro.
good.
This feedback.
Yeah, bro. We were just talking about how you would slaughter this album.
Man, I appreciate y'all. I
Yeah,
appreciate
man.
Hypesun, you got a lot of feedback.
Yeah, it's kind of bad.
Should I
It's like
leave?
echoing in my headphones.
Dog's driving.
No, he's got to put something else on. Wait, yeah. You got to put some headphones, or bro, I don't know. You got to fix something out. He said he got to turn his volume down. All right.
All right, what about now?
That sounded good.
Yeah, I think it's better.
I think so. Hello.
Yeah.
I can still kind of hear it. You can still kind of hear it
Yeah,
though.
now it's echoing a little again.
Oh, no, I hear it.
Yeah. Hype. Drop out, then drop back in. Let's see if that'll end up solving the issue real quick. I know you like, man. I just came in and then came back out, and came in and came back out. He been playing. The hokey pokey with all of this.
Shit,
Hey,
man.
I'm like freaking I'm like Nelly. Remember when Nelly and Ludacris had that versus battle?
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, bro.
And Nelly,
Hell yeah, I watched
yo,
that.
Nelly kept having phone problems.
Yo. I think actually, yeah, no, that was actually good, bro. You good.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Now you
sounds
good.
now. Yeah.
All right, word. That's good.
Perfect. I'm gonna run some questions back. Just for you, Hypesun, because we want to make sure that you also is a part of this too. It might, make things a little bit longer, but I mean, if y'all also want to add still, Sad and Tylr, you definitely can. We're gonna run a few questions back for Hypesun, so we can add him a part of this too.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's get it.
So, brother, please let the people know on here if they don't know already. Tell them a little bit about yourself.
Man, they don't know. My name's Hypesun. My background is pretty much my dad listened to a lot of rap music. I will memorize the songs. I mean, he played a lot of soul too, a lot, mainly from the '60s.
Yeah.
And I will memorize those lyrics. I'll memorize lyrics from songs, whether it be a classic R&B or I will memorize rap songs. And I would get the lyrics down at like elementary age. I'd be like 5 years old, rapping NWA. My 6'4", I'd be rapping that. I knew the lyrics and I'm rapping, and at 5 years old, I used to trip the adults out. So when I got older, like maybe 4th, 5th grade, that's other kids start asking me like, "Did you write that?" And I'll be like, "No." And I remember I felt like a sense of shame, like I didn't write it, and it made me feel bad. And what that made me do is say, you know what, I am gonna write my own lyrics because I got something to say too, and I wanted to have the impact on other people with my words, like the people that I listened to impacted me and drew pictures from my mind,
That's real as shit.
And fantasize about, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I wanted those pictures that were painted to me from other songs. I wanted to do that for other listeners.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I would try to write my own lyrics, and of course, at first it was corny. At first, it was like, it wasn't as good. Of course, it wasn't as good as it is now. I wasn't able to convey my emotions as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
that's
wasn't able to
growth.
convey my emotions as well, but as time went on, I learned, how to speak from the heart. So I guess that's my background, man, and now I record,
I see it. Bruh.
Yeah.
I mean, we definitely be giving you your love and your flowers because honestly, bro, you come with such an infectious energy that honestly I don't really see a lot of, if not anybody, really matching.
I agree, man.
And
I so agree.
it's really dope to either see you perform live, to see you perform live. I mean, I've had the pleasure to be able to see you perform and chop it up with you, brother. But even what the energy that you bring to a track in particular, like just overall is very infectious as well as very inspiring. So, kudos to you and your growth, man, because it does take time.
Hell yeah, word up, yo.
With that, brother, I want to know, because I asked the brothers earlier, and I got to at least get a understanding, an understanding of, okay, now I can hear some of the people that are speaking on. Brother, tell me, who are your main influences, bro?
Oh yeah, my main influences. I had to say Ice Cube.
Okay.
Mainly the storytelling ability. I remember being really young, and when I used to listen to Ice Cube, and I would hear a song like "Once Upon a Time in the Projects," he would, or he has some other songs where he tells stories too. And when I would listen to them, I would picture the story in my mind, and that was like,
that's
to
what
me,
do.
Yeah, when you're a child, that's like intense. Like,
yes.
You're picturing stories of adults doing like things that you don't do. You know what I mean? Like talking about drug paraphernalia, talk about crime, right?
Yeah.
And your mind is forming its own movie. And you're so young and you're forming a movie of you're interpreting it how you're interpreting it through your eyes.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing like helicopter, like if he's telling a story about a helicopter chasing him or whatever, I'm seeing the helicopter. I'm seeing, you know what I mean? I'm seeing him escape, jump over a gate, go into his girl's house named Kim and eat fish and work burgers. He says that in one of his songs, "The Ghetto Bird." Listen to that one. But anyway, I had to say Ice Cube storytelling, like he made me want to rap.
Yes.
Tupac for the passion, and he had good stories too.
Yeah.
Because that's what my dad would listen to. And then as I got older, I discovered Crooked I. They call him King Crooked now.
Yep.
That's where I got my delivery. When it comes to the fast delivery, people might think, other rappers, like they might think of Eminem, or they might think of maybe Twista or somebody like that.
You said you got that from Cube?
Tech Nine.
You said?
Tech Nine, huh?
You said you got that from Cube, the fast flow?
No,
not the fast
from
flow.
Crooked.
From Crooked I. Yeah, Ice Cube, I got the details.
I just walked away, so I couldn't hear you that well.
Oh, yeah. Like putting details and stuff in the detail part of it, I got that from Ice Cube. Because he knew how to tell like the details and like paint a picture, Tupac, passion, the emotion that he put into it. And with Crooked I, it was the delivery. Like I remember I had a CD of the Wake Up Show. It was a promotional CD. And it had Crooked I, Sly Boogie, just doing these freestyle sessions. And I look in the back of the CD, like, who's rapping? I would look at the track number and look at the back of the promotional CD. And it was a CD that my dad has a friend who's in the music industry, like work with DJ Quick and stuff. He brought these CDs, all these promos that people would give to labels. So the Wake Up Show CD was one of them. And I would listen to Crooked I, but Crooked I was the one that stuck out to me. And I really studied his delivery and the fast flow and the multi-syllabic flow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the internal rhyme flow. I learned that from Crooked I. And I just keep listening to it over and over. And I used to go on the radio station and we'll listen to the Wake Up Show at like 2 a.m. It's a radio station in California. I don't know if y'all heard of the Wake Up Show. Tylr and one of my friends, Sad Eye. Should I call you Sad or Sad Eye?
You can call me, man. You can call me Flacco. You can call me Sad Eye. Okay. I'm cool with either, man.
Yeah, man. So, Crooked I was the one that gave my delivery. Zach De La Rocha from Rage Against the Machine. I used to listen to a lot of the aggression part, the anger part from him. And I had to say, as a last artist, who could I say? Like as a fifth artist, I had to say Kanye West for his like mentality and how he approaches the game. Like, I was never,
I like that.
But I was a fan more of him, how he conveyed himself, how he like expressed himself, and how he would do things original and say fuck the fad that's going on now. I'm gonna start one myself.
Yeah.
And not just that, but even if it's unpopular, I'm gonna stick to it. I'm gonna stick to my guns, even if it's unpopular, and make it until it is popular. When I saw that, I was like, that's how I want to be in music as a person. I want to be that type to do my own thing, no matter what everybody else is doing. Just
I 100% agree.
Yeah, that shit's important, man.
standing for the
People
things
want
that.
to see authentic artists.
Yeah, my bad. Like I think my volume.
You good? You're good now. Yeah, it was a little bit back and forth, but you good, brother. You good.
Yeah, you good. Oh, now you got the circle going though. Oh, you back. You back.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, you're all good, bro.
But no, man, you handling it. All right, brother. All right, let's see. All right, huh?
I said, stop laughing at me.
You see this
Oh,
man
bro,
fucking
you were
spamming the
good.
hell out of me, bro.
No,
You
I'm
were
messing with
good.
you. No,
It's my
I'm
uncle.
The next question I got for you, brother, and then after that we'll really be caught up. I wanted to ask you about because again with Cult Encounters, you know, this collective, this collection. I wanted to ask you because I asked them earlier the question of what does collaboration mean to you?
Collaboration to me means everyone putting their own skill, their own creative. How can I say it? Bringing their own creativity to one project, bringing their own style to one project, and combining it with other artists. But I have a second.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
I got a second definition. My second definition is everybody getting together, building a camaraderie, and attacking one goal. You know what I'm saying? So like people could collaborate on building a house. You can collaborate on buying a house. You can collaborate on making a $1 million strategy. You know what I'm saying? That's all collaboration. So everyone's getting together and saying, what's our goal? What are we trying to attack? And you attack that together, and you guys and everybody uses their skill to its utmost ability. You say, all right, you're good with this. I'm good with this. He's good with this. Let's go ahead and attack this goal so we can be successful at achieving this. That to me is like true collaboration, like to its core. So and just in a music sense, you guys get your creativity together and say, okay, sometimes you got to sacrifice things when you're working on an album closely together. You guys, you know what? I'm gonna be different since the beats. I'm like y'all made me have to adapt because I was listening to the beats and I'm like, I have to keep it. I have to tone it down. I can't be too aggressive on the mic when I'm rapping to these beats, and I have to also approach more the lyrical part because I'm always lyrical, but when I get more aggressive, I sacrifice the lyrics just to put the passion out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
and
with
I
y'all,
love how versatile you are like that, bro. For real, it's amazing.
And I would 100% agree with that because I'm the same way, bro. I'm an aggressive spitter, like I'm just aggressive when I approach the mic. Period. So yeah, all buttons in. When he sends beats, man, certain ones you got to adapt to them, but the end result is always beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, man, that's my definition of collaboration, or my idea of a collaboration.
Word up, I love it.
Beautiful. All right, now we back up at least together with some of the questions. Now we're back here to the project, y'all. For those still that's up in here, this is Cult Encounters with the brothers Tylr C. You got brothers adflcko as well as the great Hypesun, aka Hypesun. And we're talking about their project called All Buttons In. It's on Spotify, all these different places. So now we're getting into asking some of the favorites from the project. So with that being said, y'all, I know you already kind of said a little bit already, Tylr, and I know about it, maybe kind of alluded to it, but y'all let me know. What are y'all favorite tracks on the project, whether if it's from production, lyrics, or just overall just structure? What's some of your favorite project or favorite tracks?
I gotta say, I'll start with my favorite verse on the project. The entire project is Hypesun's verse on the Divine Cipher. I love that shit, bro.
Oh yeah.
I appreciate that.
Like it's and I love how it's a beat switch too, because it goes on a beat switch and he just totally kills that shit. He goes very well off of K Reno's verse as well.
Oh yeah. That's a beautiful transition.
Yeah, and Hypesun was the one who actually put us on to K Reno. K Reno was K Reno was the only artist that we weren't that familiar with that when we started seeing who we were gonna get features from and all that.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay.
You got a favorite track, bro?
You know of K Reno A.D.V.I.S.S?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh man, look into that.
You got it.
That
Yeah, you got
deep.
it, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all looked into him, huh?
Oh my God, this
That dude
He's a
gets
legend.
deep, yo. You like it.
He's a
You would
legend.
like
Yeah,
it.
bro.
But,
All right.
But my favorite song off the track, just because I like the chemistry of the lyricists that were on there, like just bouncing that energy off of each other, was Cheddar Bob. And Cheddar Bob, and I like the beat to it. You know, I'm always I'm always serious when I'm rapping. Sometimes like I get caught up in the emotional part of it.
Yeah.
But so sometimes like my favorite songs tend to be the ones that are like more fun. And even though it's an aggressive song, you know,
Yes, I
even
was
though it's
just
an
gonna say
aggressive
that.
song, it's
That's
like
like
I
what
could
that
tell y'all
song
were having
was.
fun on it. Even
Yeah.
from the
Yeah,
name, it's called Cheddar
yeah.
Bob, you know?
Much
So
love,
I
bro.
like how
And
y'all
that's what
got on
that
there
was.
aggressive. It was hard. It switched it up. And
shout
the
out to Papa
production was
J,
like
guys.
out of this world. It was really like the instruments, the samples that were used were just really like it put me in a trance, like hearing it, you know?
Oh.
Hell yeah.
I'll
Much
look at
love, bro.
before I let y'all also continue. I will say too, my mom, for y'all, man, got surprised when she heard, or she was listening. She was like, "Why they say something about Cheddar Bob?" And then literally, I literally was, because she was walking by the room and she was hearing me listening to the album, and she was like, "Why did they talk about Cheddar Bob?" And then I'm like, "Mom, do you know what the song is actually called?" She's like, what, Cheddar Bob? I'm like, yeah, it's like, it's pretty funny. So that
That's
caught my
Yeah,
mom's
bro.
ear, just to let y'all know. Cheddar Bob caught her ear.
wow. Shout out to
Yeah,
mom.
it's like
Yeah,
one of
bro.
those songs that people will remember. That can be a single. It's probably not.
Right.
It doesn't have to be like the most versatile song, or it doesn't have to be the one where everybody gave their best verse. But the
Right.
chemistry on it was so dope, and the catchiness of it was so well. You know, the catchiness of it was so good that it's memorable. It sticks to your mind.
Yeah.
You know, some of my favorite songs, like from an artist, won't even be their most lyrical song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It won't even be the song with the best production, or but it has like an element to it that makes you remember it.
And that all being said, I want to shout out again R.G. and Papa J. Those are my boys, man.
Yeah, shout out to them always.
We got lots coming soon with R.G. Merch, album. Like, we're about to be working with them boys a lot.
Yeah, you're gonna have to collab with them too, Hypesun. That would be really dope.
Yeah.
I'm down for it.
Boom.
I'm up for it.
There
I'm
it
up for it.
is.
I don't like to say I'm down no more, because that means like I'm not energized for it. I don't want to do it. I'd rather say I'm up for it, because I'm up. You know what I mean? I want to go.
Words are spells, y'all.
Yeah, I love it.
Words are spells.
Exactly.
We could do a whole
Like
thing on
sometimes even
that.
people, when they joke, like they call people dumb or something, like, oh, you dumb. I'm like, don't say that.
Yeah.
I'm like, never say that, because then you're gonna put that energy out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm being more sensitive to it as of late too. Just being careful with my language, or being careful with it, and making sure when I do want to speak good on someone, I say the right words.
Look, you already know. You talking to a person that loves breaking words down regardless.
Exactly.
I mean, well, Tyler and
Hell yeah.
Sad, if y'all don't know, I love breaking words down. So you starting to go into a whole realm of stuff that I like doing regardless. I have a whole series where I would break down words, decode it for people to know what's going on with the word. So
Hey,
whole nother different
Yeah,
thing.
that's awesome. I really
more
like
people
what you
need to
do,
know
bro.
about your
I've watched some
platform,
of your
because you speak a
podcasts.
lot of truth on it. Your
Yes,
platform,
you do.
you go into a lot of deep topics, and I'm like, dude, more people need to be listening to this.
Yeah, it's
I wish
fun to
more people
watch,
were
man.
listening.
Yeah, it's entertaining, man. And knowledgeable, 100%.
Yeah, like I've watched some of your lives, bro. Like, and I'm always learning something off of it, and that's important.
Appreciate it. I mean, it's for those who come and want to search for it, because not everybody's gonna digest this and take it in, because again, can't force anybody to come in to really learn to do any of these and listen. So I just put it out there for those I know who do, as well as when people come in add their perspectives and stuff. I know I'm being selfish. It also helps me to grow, but at the same time, I'm giving back the energy that's been given to me. So that's why I do what I do. So
For sure,
reason why
bro.
I do all of this is because also y'all take the time to put the energy and listen. So I appreciate it. So I'll continue to do so.
Yeah, word up, man.
But I will say, for me, I didn't get to hear yours in particular, Sad, but for me on the project, vibe wise, I will say this. Just like Hypesun said, I'm a sucker for storytelling. So if you can really tell me a story very well, as well as you give me a feeling of you know, being deep. I can say that. I really like deep songs. Like, I mean, I can do with the,
Yeah.
you know, chopping, going crazy with the flows, or like the braggadocio, you know, sometimes.
Right.
But in particular, vibe wise, when it came to that, honestly, I like the last track, and this "Rap Saved My Life." I felt like that was mad
Oh
real
wow,
between y'all
that's
two, bro.
beautiful.
Like,
That's
Yeah,
I
I
really,
love
That was a
that
dope
track.
one.
I really
I,
dug that. Like, to me, it got, and I know the
wow.
track prior to that extra clip. I know Tyler, you was talking already a little bit of why you you know, started rapping on that one, but I feel like "Rap Saved My Life," it kind of gave a little bit more for on each both of y'all sides, just a little bit peek into, you know why rap actually, you know, saved me in a particular way, and
Yeah,
I really enjoyed that that track
I
for that
appreciate
too.
that, bro.
Now, beat wise, I will definitely say the first half of Constellations Part 2. The first half of
Okay.
that.
Oh yeah.
That's
That beat,
produced by DM Tree.
Yep.
that beat,
Shout
the
out to
first
M.O.R.E.
half,
Yeah,
yo,
that was
Killer,
sick.
bro.
Yeah, that beat
yo.
was
Killer.
sick.
Oh,
And
Hypesun killed that fucking
bruh, and
verse.
then Hypesun was like, wait, oh, the beat is changing.
I
Yeah,
Dude,
know.
I
hey, that
love
was
that.
I was
genuine.
like,
That
yo,
was
you can keep
genuine.
that shit in, bro.
Bro, I always meant to. I forgot to ask you that, Hypesun, but I was
That
always
was
wondering if that
genuine.
was like actually genuine. I honestly assumed that it was. That's fucking awesome, bro.
It was
Yeah.
funny because, hey, yo, I went to the studio, like, I was really relaxed. You could tell.
Right.
I wanted to rap hard, but it was like, I had smoked some weed, you know what I'm saying, before I went
Right,
into the studio.
right.
So
Okay.
because I had smoke,
Hell yeah.
I was like just feeling chill. So that beat, it was easy to write to, you know, because I had been
Right.
high
Yeah.
for a minute before I even went to the studio. So I wrote that day to that
Mm.
song. I was
Hell
telling y'all,
yeah.
yeah, I got it done. Y'all was like, you got that track. Sad was like, you got it ready. I'm like, yeah, I got it ready. Yo, I didn't even have it
Hell yeah.
ready.
That's just
Hey, I had to, when he
You
asked
still
me,
knocked that
I
shit
was
out,
like,
though.
yeah, I got studio time right now. I was like, I set the studio time before I even wrote it. I was like, and then I started writing it that day.
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah,
Hey,
you gotta give me one of those.
Yeah, bro.
and
Yo.
then I
That
went,
was like your smoothest verse though. Like a lot of your verses were like really aggressive, which I totally love.
I
But
told
I
you, I
love
had
how you
smoke before I went in.
Yeah,
And then I didn't even
exactly.
want to rap. I didn't even want to rap hard. But you know what, too? It wasn't, I'm not going to just blame it on the weed. It was me, too. Like when I was listening to the beat beforehand, because I had been listening for a minute. I was listening to it,
Right,
like
right.
thinking, like, what should I do on this, you know? And I would never come up with nothing. But the pressure of you hitting me up made me write. But,
right. Okay.
yep.
I
But when I
tend to
was
be
listening
on
to
that,
it,
man.
yep. When I was listening to it, I was like, I gotta come different on this. I gotta be lyrical, just like I can't be hard. I gotta just like come with just lyrics and flows, like you know what I mean, just
Right,
straight
like a vibe, like a more
flows.
so a vibe.
Yep.
I think you
That's why
did
I was
really
like, I
well.
bet you didn't think Hype Son would mess with this. I'm appalled that you're negligent, stepping in open mic sessions with
With
organized recklessness.
organized
You know,
recklessness.
I was like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to go. Especially when I heard Afro on that, I was like, he got
Yeah, I
me
was
on
just
fucking
yeah.
he got me on my last one. Nah,
Mm.
nah. I was
Yeah.
like, hey, on
Shit, dude.
Conqueror, he came in. Brrr. I was like,
He
I'm gonna
did.
come
Oh
in.
my
He don't
God,
even
his
know I'm
verse
on
on
here.
Conqueror, bro. Dude, that
Hey,
verse on
Yeah,
Conqueror is so amazing. It's so good.
bro,
hey,
son, I
thanks.
know I've told you before, man.
No,
I
he was ill
love
on
that
that one.
song.
So I was
I be
like, I gotta
bumping that
slide
shit
up
on the
in
regular.
here. I'm gonna slide up in here. Afro ain't even ready because the other ones he heard the verses. I knew he was like, oh shit, I gotta really write. I heard
Did
that
you
one. I was
send
like,
him the
oh,
open to
I'm
that?
gonna
Like,
come
did he
in
hear
here and
your
just rip
verse?
it out.
Did he hear your
So
verse
I had to
like
be
before
like,
he spit that?
I had to mess with my pen with the multi-syllabic. Just like,
Yeah.
let me just make lyrics a center point.
Mm.
Right.
But bro, I just had a question for you. Did he hear you like did you send him an open to that? Or
Who
did he
me?
just go off the beat? Yeah.
Are you talking about
No.
For
Conqueror?
Conqueror, yeah.
Conqueror. I sent him the open. I sent him both my verses. I was gonna put a
That's
third verse, but then I thought, you know who would sound dope on this? Afro.
bro,
So I
I
hit him
feel like
up.
he went so hard because you went so hard. Like
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That's what, that's what I'm
bro.
saying. We know each other. We know each other personally. And
Oh yeah, and
one
y'all
thing,
did a video too. Y'all
yeah,
Yeah.
been doing videos and shit.
we did the
Like
video.
that shit's
Yep,
awesome, bro.
yep. And I'm glad he showed up to that because he was worn out, man. He was tired. He had to hike up a
Yeah, he's a
hill.
bit. Yeah, he's a
Hey,
busy ass dude too.
hey, I was happy because he went there, right? I'm approaching him. I was like going up to him. I was like, hey, man, thanks for being here. I was all kissing his ass.
Oh,
Right.
dude, you
Hey,
already know.
I was all kissing his ass. And then Afro was like, he was mad from the hike. He was looking at me. He said something. I forgot what he said, but I was just so happy he was there. He said something to me that was like sarcastic, but I was like, I don't give a fuck. He got
real,
here.
bro.
He was like,
Yeah.
and then we had to smoke up there. I didn't smoke, but they did, because I knew if I smoked, I would be forgetting my shit.
Right, I'd be the same way, bro. Same exact way. Legend right there, Afro.
Yeah, but so once he did that, he was chill, and he was like, he did the video, but at first he was like upset. He was like up there like, man, that was a long ass hike. When I came, that's the first thing he told me about, like, damn, man, like, that was a long, he said something like that, like, shit. Like, he said something to me to that, like, with that energy, and I was like, oh shit. Hopefully we can get a good video done.
Yeah,
I was like, hopefully we can get a good video done, because he didn't like that hype. And hey, he smoked his weed, had some conversations about movies with Giselle. They was talking. I was getting in the conversation a little bit. He was talking about like shadow people, shadow people who sometimes you'll see them. You know what I'm saying? And then they're gone. They be wearing the top hat and shit. Like, I don't know if y'all ever heard of that. You know who I'm talking about, A.D.V.I.S.S? You know what I'm talking about?
I've heard, but I haven't spoken any more on that. But continue, bro.
Okay, I'm not gonna talk about that. But I'm not gonna talk about that. That's when stuff happens. But we were talking about that, and then he just got in a really good mood. I think he genuinely liked the track. So he was in the video and he performed really well. He was like, when I saw him there, I saw his acting side come out. You know what I mean? Because he took himself out of his old mindset, like his mindset of the hike and just being tired, probably from being so busy and flying out to Cali, that he got in character. You know what I mean? He put on his hat to do the video. So when he put on his work hat, he got to work. He knocked his verses out. He took the gun. He started doing his thing with the prop, and he was even coming up with ideas. It was a wrap. I was like, oh, this is gonna be a dope ass video.
Yeah.
Hey,
man,
I gotta tell you a story. Am I talking too much? I want to tell you a story.
No, bro,
Helicopters.
Take it, bro.
Helicopters came down to watch us because we had the ARs.
Oh, for real, man?
Police, yeah. Oh no. I don't know if it was a police. It was helicopter patrol. They came and got close, and they stayed there.
That's crazy,
and in the part where you see my hair blowing, I think I think it might be that part. That was the helicopter coming down, and it was watching us. And we were gonna put the guns away. Afro was like, "Oh hell no!" And I was like, "Yeah, you should put it." And I put it down. He put it down, and then they just stayed there. And I'm like, "Well, we got to get this shit done." And then Big Bo was like, "Hey, yeah, man, they're just gonna be there. Just go ahead and finish what y'all doing." And I was like, "All right, fuck it." And it was my turn. Afro was done, so he kept his there. Then I was like, "All right, cool. I got mine." And I was like, "Fuck it, let's shoot it." Hey, if they just sitting here, I'm not aiming at them, so I'm good. So I just took it, did my verse.
Yeah, that's a crazy little story right there, bro.
Yep. And then they took off. They was like, they left, and I was like, whoa. Yeah, even afterwards, it was crazy, bro. Like, there was cars.
Like, you didn't know that shit was gonna happen, did you?
Huh?
You didn't know that shit was gonna happen, did you?
Hell no.
Yeah, like, that shit's crazy, bro.
The helicopter just came up out of nowhere. All that time we had been up there, helicopter came up, got close.
That's wild,
stayed
man.
there. Yup.
Man.
Well, at least they didn't pull no fucking hoe shit on you, you know what I mean?
You know what? I felt like the Most High was with us that day. I really did. Like, I felt confident. So I was just like, I felt fearless that day. I just felt like there was a lot of good energy and blessings on the whole moment. That I really saw it. I was kind of concerned, but my concern went out the window because I'm like, I'm so confident. Like, I know the Most High is pushing me to do this. You know what I mean? So I went ahead and did it. Yeah. And hey, when we left at the right time. Yo, maybe I'm over exaggerating the creepiness of it, but when it got dark around this time, how you see it out here, there was a bunch of cars approaching, all black, tinted windows. Just, you couldn't even see who was in the car.
Bro. I'd be a little sketched out. Shit.
Hey, yo, a whole fleet of them just coming up. And then we saw the graffiti. It was a lot of like demonic type stuff, like, or occult stuff that was like spray painted. So I'm like, people must come here and do rituals and shit.
Yeah.
So there was a bunch of people blacked out, and they were driving aggressive. And you know how we were sharing a road, and they were like, I was like, oh, there's some low vibrations coming up. I felt it. I was like, there's some low vibration. I don't know what they do up here, but it was a fleet of just like SUVs, all blacked out, all tinted, rolling up there. I was like,
No,
yeah,
no, sir. No, sir.
Yeah, fuck all that. Yeah, I'm glad y'all were able to do what you wanted to do, though.
Very true. That is very true, man. Thank you for sharing that story, bro. And we getting the whole setup, and now the background scenes, behind the scenes, all of that. You know, craziness, man. But with that, y'all, I'm gonna switch over to some fun questions. These are some questions y'all ain't even seen, so I'm gonna see what y'all do with these, man. So, my first one, I always like doing my would you rather question. So listen close, y'all. So, would you rather be the richest person in the world, but have to spend 80% of your riches on everything you see, or be the smartest person in the world, but you can't verbally teach anyone what you know?
I'd probably go with the smartest one.
Why is that?
I don't know. I don't want to spend all that money on everything I see.
Right? I kind of feel the same, bro. But at the same time, that would suck not to be able to.
Yeah, like spread knowledge.
Yeah.
Like I love to. Like, and vice versa. Like when people do that for me.
I feel that.
Are you? Oh, okay. Go ahead.
No, I know. I see you thinking. The whole thing is,
go
this
ahead,
question.
Bro.
The questions is framed like however you want to answer. If you
start
coming up with, if you come up with some stuff like, oh yeah, but you didn't say anything about this or that. Like, hey, I've just put this here. So however you want to think about it, you think about it.
I would choose to be the smartest. I was gonna say I would choose to be the richest. The reason why is because it would like break my heart not to be able to verbally express or teach.
Yeah.
I'd rather be rich and like lose 80% of it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I think on the flip side, I start thinking like, you know what? If I was the smartest, maybe my objective, maybe the plan for me isn't like, if I was in that position, I'm like, maybe God doesn't want me to do it verbally. Maybe I'm gifted to give it in another way. You know, and then I would also give other people hope who can't speak. You know what I'm saying? But let them know you can still teach. So I'd rather sacrifice, you know, what I would love in order to like be the smartest and be able to teach, even if it wasn't through words. Because check it out. When God talks to us, when the Most High talks to us, he don't use words. The Most High uses experience, symbols.
That's real shit.
Whenever we have an experience and we look out, we'll see something. It could be like an animal, or it could be something that someone said. It could be a scripture somebody tells us, like our grandma might tell us a scripture, and we might have went through something that had to do with that scripture. You know what I'm saying? That's the teaching right there being done. But God don't speak languages. I mean, you know, he could, you know what I'm saying? The Most High probably could communicate through our language, but really the Most High communicates through just the universe. He communicates through things we see, things he puts us through. So, hey, if God can do it, I know he's made people to have that sort of ability as well, you know?
That's real shit, brother.
Yes, it is. Dang.
Knowledge, man.
Are you sure he's speaking, or is he doing it in a different way? You know, it's funny. But see, I'm glad. Look, I know for some of these, I set them up on purpose for you to go into different lanes to figure out, okay, if I have to sacrifice this, then what is the other, you know, benefit on the other side that I can still use for the greater good or whatever it is. So I dig the perspectives on both sides, man. So I'm with it, y'all. Second question. Because we know we love hip hop, we love music, we love MCing, you know, putting paper or putting rhymes to paper, etc. Man, y'all let me know. What is another favorite hobby of yours outside of MCing?
Man, I was looking at this question and I'm like, nothing. Man, I ain't got like, do I have any hobbies? Damn. It's like everything I do, it's a job. Everything that I love to do. Hey, it seems like everything I love to do, I do it through work or do it through music, like my art.
Right.
I can't think of anything. You know, I'm not into cars. I don't be building cars and shit.
Yeah.
I don't fly those electric airplanes or drones.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, you know what? I had to say this. Fitness. Fitness is my hobby.
For sure.
I saw
That's a
you
good
hitting the
one, bro.
bag the other day, A.D.V.I.S.S.
Yeah.
I like, you know, I joined, you know, I've been on and off being a part of boxing gyms. So
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I like to put my gloves on. I like to study, practice my technique. I mean,
Yeah.
I like to study other boxers. I'm not really a sports guy, but one sport that I always loved is boxing because there's a lot of intricacies to it.
Yes.
And there's a lot of skill that's being put forth in a boxing match, not just to hit your opponent, but to evade, and also to get him in the right position so you have leverage, and to stay out of the position that he desires you to be in, to have leverage over you.
Yeah.
Because, you know what I mean? And it depends on, you got to think, okay, I'm heavier, but I'm short. He's got a long wingspan. He could hit me from a distance, you know, way easier than I can hit him. So how am I going to approach that?
Yeah.
I got to go to the body. But what if what if he hits so hard from a distance that you can't get close to him? What if he's so fast?
Yeah.
That it's hard for you to get close to him. You know how you evade his punches. Well, I notice he has an opening when he throws his jab. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He keeps his hand down. You know, maybe I can attack the body. He keep that hand down, and then I go up, and then I get a shot in the face from close range, and he can't really use his arms to block me that well because I'm so close up on him. His wingspan is restricted. You know what I'm saying? All these things, and especially defensive fighters dodging punches, like they can calculate where it's coming from and how it's gonna come. You know what I mean? And they even know which ones to kind of take. You know what I mean? Like they know which punches are okay to take. They're like, oh, you get to a point where you can tell, okay, he threw a punch, but it's from so far away that when it does touch me, all I got to do is roll with it, and it's not gonna do any damage.
Yeah.
So man, there's a lot of technique in it. So I've always loved boxing because of that.
There it is.
Yeah, I love it, bro. I'd say for me, I don't really have that many hobbies outside of music, but one thing is I'm a diehard sports fan. Like I love my Detroit teams, you know what I mean? I've always loved basketball. Boxing is cool, but like my main sports are like basketball, football. Always loved that. I feel like it's a way to just get away from shit, kind of. You know what I mean? Like,
Gotcha.
You can connect with people through that shit.
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's a good way to get cardio too.
Yeah, I love playing playing basketball too and stuff. Like I told you earlier, I didn't even really grow up on music until I was like 11, 12. Like I was a sports kid, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I'd say if I had to say one thing outside of music, it would definitely be sports for me.
I'm with that.
For me, like Hypesun said, it's really nothing. And other than really just studying and trying to perfect my craft and
that ain't bad. That ain't a bad thing though, bro.
Not at all.
As long as you got something you're passionate about, you know what I mean?
That's the only hobby I really have is studying and perfecting my craft to be the best MC I can be.
There it is. And again, ain't nothing wrong with that. Just definitely just giving y'all and adding, the questions. So, give it out to the people.
I like them. I like them so far.
Hey, bro. I got to, man. I got to bring it for everybody, man. That's just me, man. I got to be consistent as well as, I'm respecting y'all's time and respecting your support. So it's like, man, I could come up with some questions, be able to do this. Come on now. I'm not going to be like, oh, yeah, what's your favorite color? He's like, what ice cream do you eat on Sundays? Like, no.
Hey, man, you sound like someplace that I went to.
Hey, yo, I'll
recently.
be right back.
Handle it.
Oh, you did.
I don't even like to speak on it because I understand what they were more. I wish I knew about this. I'm gonna just blame myself. I wish I knew about this, but they wanted to deal more with just the the live performance part. And if I had known that, I would have prepared a lot better. But there was an interview that I was on, and like the questions were kind of like that. But there was a lot of good questions, and I remember like feeling a little upset because not upset, but I felt like I felt like, man, the people that did watch it, they could have got a way better like feel for how things really were. That's all. And then
I remember you
when
talking
I did
about
a
that.
video talking about that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I remember.
I kind of had to. I think that I did touch some nerves when I put that video up, but I didn't think that I was. I was like, oh shit, y'all, like this is. I didn't know you're upset about that. Like, my bad. I'm just trying to be honest about it and let people know who know me, who like me and want to hear me speak, that there might be some iller shit coming and that there was more to the experience. I don't want them to think that I'm a nothing ass rapper. Like, I don't really got nothing to talk about. I want to let them know, like, yo, there was a lot of deep stuff said. Hopefully that comes out. That's all I wanted to say. But
I feel
that caused a little like riff. But we pieced it out. But it was like a little riff because of that. I tend to do that, man. I don't know if y'all ever do that. Like, you just want to you just feel like I got something to say about this.
Yeah, no, I mean,
come out with something to say.
It happens, man.
It's the intention. It's just your intention behind it. But then again, if people aren't willing to accept or take in that the criticism, and it doesn't have to be negative, is constructive, and they're not used to doing that, they'll see that as an attack. And no disrespect to anybody that does like that, but I feel it's definitely better to give your honest opinion and perspective to somebody, because you really doing it out of, hopefully you're not trying to do it to like, make you sound whacker, but like definitely making to do it where you want to see them grow, you want them to get better, versus just being a yes man or a yes person and just like, oh yeah, man, that was dope. Oh yeah, man, shoot, that was tight. Even though that song was like, nah.
I hate it when people are like that, bro. Like you said, constructive criticism is a very good thing.
Yeah, so doing this, man, it's enjoyable because I'm like, good ass questions. That's what I said on my post. I'm like, yo, A.D.V.I.S.S.
Oh yeah, good commentary.
He goes in deep into topics. He brings up good topics that make you want to say something about them.
Right.
Yeah.
More people need to be up here.
I 100% agree.
We understand that there's a surface level, but again, there's a surface level. If you want to find the diamonds and you want to find the gold and everything else, you gotta get past that surface level and dig deeper. So gotta ask those questions. But with that, the last question, at least for the fun questions, and then we have two more and we'll wrap up the interview. Again, appreciate y'all's time.
Yeah, no problem, man.
This next one, no problem. This next one, I thought like it was very needed since it's a collective and a group. But for this next question, I want you to name one thing that you appreciate about yourself and your crew.
Wow, okay.
Who's trying to go?
I'll go. I guess something I appreciate about myself is that I'm always trying to be productive. Like I'm not ever trying to just sit on my ass and not do shit. I'm trying to write. I'm trying to listen to beats. I'm trying to freestyle, or you know what I'm saying. I'm not I'm trying to get work done.
Yes.
And then probably something. What was the other one?
So appreciate about your crew. So if you want to give specifics, you can, or you can just give it in general.
Wow. Specifics. I mean, all of them. I love that in Cult Encounters, everybody is versatile in their own way. You know what I'm saying? Everybody does their shit in their own type of way with their own style and own little twist to it. So I'd say that's what I appreciate from everybody, is that everybody is just unique and comes with, a certain skill set that maybe not somebody else has in the group. You know what I'm saying?
Adds that little extra little flavor.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go Hypesun, or I can? It don't matter.
I say for me, one thing I appreciate myself is like, I'm driven. I'm motivated. Like, I want to reach lofty heights.
Yeah.
I think to me it's more of a challenge, and maybe it's more ego serving.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest about that. I got some like ego serving goals, but what kind of keeps that balance and keeps me from being upset and like facing all the negative consequences of that is I know it's more to life than that. That's why I keep in tune with the spiritual as much as I can, because I know there's more to it. But yeah, man, I have lofty goals. There's a lot of things that I want to do that I feel like I can. There's points I can hit. I feel like I can get there.
Yeah.
And I want to do it, and I'm determined to do it. And one thing I appreciate about my crew is that everybody everybody's down to ride, like for every in a sense of like, you want to work on this, you want me to come out here, I'll go out there. It seems like everybody right now is willing to link up out of state.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, word up. I cannot wait to chill with you, bro. For real.
For real, man.
For a fact, bro.
Yeah.
If any of y'all come out here, like I got
Which
you.
we
You gotta
will,
worry
man.
about a place to stay.
It's just got to be the right time, and you know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really what it is with us, man.
Yeah,
just the right
much
time.
love, bro. Same likewise to you. Like,
Yeah, for real.
Have a place to stay if you ever come here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Got you.
Like, everybody's so like, I don't want to say down for each other. Everybody's so committed, like
Right.
to the goal,
That's
and everybody's committed to each other. Like, I know that if one person needs help, I'm confident that we'll all step in to help that one, and we'll all rise, and we can all rise together. You know. So that's one thing I appreciate about my team is like the camaraderie part. I guess.
Yeah.
I have to say, if I gotta summarize it in one word, camaraderie.
I can 100% agree with that, man.
Yeah, much love, bro.
Yeah, for real, man.
Yeah, I'd say for me, one thing that I really like about myself is I'm always down to connect with people. Like, I'm always trying to just build this collective. You know what I mean? Like, whether it's finding producers, finding MCs, finding mix engineers. Like, I feel kind of like what Hypesun said. I feel like I'm just really driven. I'm always wanting more. You know, like, never just sitting here thinking like, oh, we're okay where we're at right now. Like, I'm always trying to get better. Whether it's adding people to the roster or just bettering myself. You know, like, I'm always trying to get better lyrically, mind state wise. Like I told you earlier, I'm always trying to learn. Learn off other people, you know what I mean? So that's a couple things for me. And one thing that I appreciate about my crew is kind of back to what Hypesun said, is we all really seem to appreciate each other a lot. And we all I feel like we all have a main common set of goals. And when you have that, it's all you can do is improve, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And I just can't wait to keep building with each other. And like Hypesun said, I can't wait to build in person, you know what I mean? And so I just appreciate everyone in my crew. Like how I said earlier, All Buttons In, like I appreciate him so much. Like this album wouldn't be possible without him.
100%. Big shout out to All Buttons In.
Much love to this dude right here. He's been here pretty much since day one, and much love to Hypesun and All Buttons In. Like I said, that's two of the best things. The two best things that's ever happened to Called Encounters is Hypesun and All Buttons In.
I can 100% agree.
And
Beautiful.
I just appreciate my guys overall, man.
And that's awesome. I'm glad. Like, I always want to make sure that, you know, in this case, using the Hypesun's camaraderie, you know, word. You always want to make sure the morale is up high, and you always want to double check in and see how everyone is doing, and really, you know, see like, yo, like I appreciate like what you've brought to the table, what we've accomplished. Like even though we love keeping the pushing and get to the envelope, but taking that time to step back and be like, hey y'all, like look at what we created. Like
I try to do that
you did your
as
thing.
much as possible. I try to reach out to everybody that shows love to us. Or even like my brothers, like. I always try my best to make sure, like, you know, I'm hitting them up like, yo, man, I hope you're good. I hope your family's good type shit.
Yeah, that's important. Yeah. It's bigger than music sometimes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's 100% bigger than music. Because not only do we just want to make music, man, we want Called Encounters to be a family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everybody, like Hypesun said, man, all riding for each other and just always have each other's backs.
Yeah. That's dope. And talk about having each other's backs and riding. Last few questions, y'all. What are y'all thoughts on unity and connection when it comes to your passions and your personal lives?
Okay. I want to hear what Hypesun has to say first.
He's like, hey, I'm going to throw you the ball, so catch it.
Nah. You said, what are our views on what was it?
Unity and connection
Yeah, unity and connection.
Mm-hmm.
My thoughts on unity and connection is like, you can't build anything without it. You can't really, the only reason anyone who has built anything that pushed any culture forward or advanced society or just advanced their own self or the people around them is that there was unity involved in accomplishing whatever they were trying to accomplish.
100%.
So I view like unity as essential if you want to do anything with your life. You know what I mean? Anything outside of just, living day to day, just going to work. I mean, you know what I mean? You can go to your job that you don't care about every day and not really have to unify with anybody. But if you want to ever make a difference and you ever want to do something really big that takes a lot of gumption, a lot of heart, a lot of resilience, you gotta have unity. You gotta have it. You gotta have it to build societies. You gotta have it to just even build wealth. You need unity. You need people that got your back around you, And I think what else was I gonna say about unity and connection? You gotta find the right people to unify with and to connect with. If you can't 100%. If you can't connect, if you can't vibe, how are you gonna unify?
Right.
You don't vibe. You don't got the same
That's
mission.
Beautiful, yeah. I can
you know what I'm saying? If you
agree
got the same mission, then you can connect because you guys share a passion. Then once you connect, you can say, "Hey, let's go do that." Let's do it. You unify because you guys share the same mind.
I can 100% agree with that, man.
Yeah, that's some good shit, bro. For me, with unity and connection, I feel like Claude and Connors is a unity and is a connection. You know what I mean?
It is unity. Yeah.
Like with us, it's
and that's when I really want to not test it out. I don't want to say that, but that's another reason why I really want to link, because I know like once we link, that's the moment of truth right there. If we all get together in person and we say we about to do a show, right? Let's say, all right, we're gonna do a show. We're gonna get fly, right? We're gonna get fly. We're gonna get our lyrics together. Then we're gonna go to the event, and we're gonna go off of each other, right? We're gonna vibe off of each other, and then if we vibe off of each other right, and we or the way we're working together is productive and just like friendly environment, that's how you know. Oh yeah, we're meant to be unified. You know what I mean? So I know once we actually link in person, I can feel it right now. But once we link in person, oh man,
like
it's over. Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, that's how I really know it. Okay, we're really gonna go at these goals, and
it's gonna be a completely different
vibe.
Hell yeah, man.
And hopefully by the time you come here, we'll have the studio set up here.
I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna come with clips.
Hell yeah.
Boop, boop, boop. Right.
Boom, 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 boom.
All that. Brand, all of that.
Westside Gun type shit.
But yeah, man. Again, I appreciate y'all's time. In respects to this. One last question that I always gotta leave with my folks that I've gotten to interview, because I love hearing people's perspectives on this. But last question to y'all is quality or quantity?
Okay. Quality.
Yeah.
Oh man, damn! I know I keep wanting to talk first.
No, you're all good.
Yeah, bro, you're good.
It's all over.
Quantity versus quality in any setting.
I leave it's open ended for a reason.
All right, shit. Okay, I love it. All right, so shoot, it depends on what you're doing. Quantity, if you're just trying to get your name out there, you're just trying to campaign. Quantity. Okay. But I had to say what's most important is quality, because if you just produce a bunch of quality consistently, it doesn't have to be a lot, but just consistent enough to where you leave your mark. You know what I mean? You level up. Because if you have nothing but quantity, you're never going to level up. But if you have that quality and you're able to do it consistently, even if it's not super consistent, just consistently enough that you're always moving up the more time passes, then I'm gonna take quality. You know what I mean? Like you could have a bunch of soldiers, right? Like I read books and sometimes I hear about, oh, this army had this many soldiers, more soldiers than this army, but this army, the other army is more efficient in strategy, and they've all been training so hard, and they all know how to fight with each other to the point where they got more soldiers, but they lose the battle and they retreat because they didn't strategize good enough. They're not tight. They're not a tight army. So you get a smaller army that's tight and knows how to use their weapons and knows how to play their role. Then they got the quality army. They're gonna win.
Yeah, bro. And I feel like when we first started, for us, it was like quantity. Because, like I was telling you earlier, like we used to make shit ton of music and just whatever we wanted to make, we would just make. You know what I mean?
And release it too. We just put it out.
And just release it, like, and shit. Some of it wouldn't even be mixed. But I feel like over the years, that's something that we really learned. Like, to us, like, quality is really important. And I feel like this All Buttons In album also shows that too, because like it's only 10 tracks long. Like we used to drop albums that were like 20 songs long and just all over the place, you know what I mean? And
not putting much thought in the releases or you know, the albums in general, just making songs, put them on an album and releasing them.
Yeah, so if we're talking musically, which obviously I am right now, I just feel like it's definitely quality for me.
Gotcha.
I 100% agree with Tylr. Musically, quality, but you know, like Hypesun said, in certain situations, you know, it could be different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Ultimately, again, I definitely agree with all of your points because it's always going to be this aging battle between quality versus quantity. It's always going to be spoken about. But as long as you know what you're doing it for and how you want to go about doing it, whatever it is, then it works for you. You know, they play off of each other. That's like me saying, "Oh yeah, bro, do you like the nighttime or the daytime?" Even though that you at the end of at this point, you still got to get up during the day and get the sun, whether it is, and then at night, you get the moon and the sun and all of that. They play on each other, so it doesn't matter if you're a day person or a night person. Just depends on your attention and how you're going to use whether you're working during the day or you working at night, and vice versa.
Wow. That's facts. Bro.
That's true. That's true.
But other than that, y'all have any last things y'all want to plug or say to people before I go ahead and we end out the interview?
Just a big shout out to everybody on Quote Encounters. Big shout out to All Buttons In. Big shout out to Hypesun. Big shout out to Tylr C. He mixed and mastered the whole album.
Respect.
Yeah. And big shout out to just my team. Shout out RRG. And go check out All Buttons In. It's out now. And
when's that single dropping?
Oh, Solomon Child.
When's that one coming out?
It's coming. We haven't figured out the right day for it yet. We're thinking on my birthday, truthfully. That's on the 28th of December.
Oh, okay. Your birthday's coming up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
so
my birthday was coming up.
Oh yeah, happy late birthday to Tylr C, man. His birthday was like 2 days ago.
Oh,
happy late.
Yeah,
much love, y'all. And I just want to close it with much love to you, man. We really appreciate you having us on. This is honestly like our first video interview. You know what I mean? So we really appreciate you having us on and talking to us. And just like he said, shout out to everyone in Quote Encounters. Shout out to all the artists in Traverse City. Just trying to do their thing, you know what I mean? Shout out to Hypesun. Big shout out to All Buttons In. I always feel like I have to show All Buttons In so much love.
Yeah, 100%, man. It wouldn't be this album wouldn't be possible without Homie, man.
Yes. That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say pretty much, man.
Yeah. And the great Hypesun, what you got?
Hey, thanks to everybody who's listening, who's like watching right now.
Too.
True. Like you show a genuine interest if you sat here. There was like at least 3 to 4 baseline people that like stayed in. So hey, there's 3, 4 people who were really interested, and that's really dope because we need that energy. You know, we need people to be interested because that keeps us going. There's someone who's listening.
Yes.
It's helping somebody or it's entertaining somebody, whatever it's doing for them.
Yeah.
If it's doing good, then shit, I'm gonna keep doing it. Like you said, you know, you said, I'm gonna keep making it as long as people's listening, as long as people want to hear it. I'm gonna keep talking about what they want to hear, because that's me. So if they like what we're doing, man, I appreciate them for even being interested.
Exactly.
For sure, yeah.
Man, I mean,
all the people.
Yes.
And again, man, thank you for having us. We really appreciate it. We need more platforms like this for us underground artists. We truly do.
Yo,
We're in
more
dire
people
need
need to
for
be on here, man. More people.
Right.
Like, there's some like more popping artists too that I'm just like, dude, this is where they need to be talking at. Right here.
Right, that would be so
right
awesome.
here. This is this place, man. This is a spot where the best questions
And we
to be
100%
asked are the best
will
conversations.
man, we'll link and vice versa, man.
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
go there, you come here.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Look, all I'm gonna say right now is shout outs to all for the episodes of all the interviewees and y'all taking the time to come out and do this. Because for me, I know
100%.
love is important, but for me, the most valuable thing in this world is time. So when you give somebody your time, that really shows that you really are down and supporting them. So I appreciate y'all giving that to me. And
100%.
y'all, I'm gonna say y'all in the list of like the originals. Y'all gonna be the OGs for this whole show. So when later on, more and more people start to be coming on here, I'm like, hey yo, but you wasn't in the first 10 episodes or the first 5. Like these is the OGs of the OGs, man. So I mean, it's the plan. But again, the reason why this was made possible is because I had a great group of people who was like, yo, you should go and start doing this. So I mean, shouts out to my brother O3 Snake. That's his name, O3 Snake, as well as shout out to my brother Zachariah. And those two especially was telling me like, yo, sit down, man. I want you to interview me, but like come up with something, brother, and do it. So my first episode is in shout outs to him because he did his project with another brother, and that's why I started doing this. So appreciative.
Yeah, bro. You mentioned
Hey, appreciate
shit,
you.
You're really good at what
Snake.
you do, for real.
Is that what it is?
It's O3 Snake.
Yeah, shouts out to them for
O3
for
Snake.
getting you
Hey,
to do
shout out
this
to
shit.
you for getting A.D.V.I.S.S on this.
100%. Yeah,
getting A.D.V.I.S.S on this wave. Nah.
It's a blessing, bro.
Yes. And knowing me, I love acronyms, so that's why this show is a play on the word more, as in the Moorish people, but then also you want more.
All right.
At the same time. But with that, y'all, I've been your brother A.D.V.I.S.S. This has been another interview or more interviews, aka memoirs of our real experiences. Had the brothers Hypesun, Tylr C, and adflcko on here. Please go follow all of them. I have it linked in here. I'll have it linked later here, either on Instagram and on YouTube. So if y'all want to go watch Replay 2 on YouTube, it's going to be up there in a couple of days. So it'll be there. As well as don't forget to go stream All Buttons In from Code
100%.
Encounters, Spotify, all over the different places, and support wherever you can. The brothers also got CDs too on Bandcamp. If you shout them out,
3 left.
There's 3 left.
3 CDs left.
So if y'all want to cop them, better get them now before they are out of hand. And it's dope too, because the CD looks just like a vinyl, bro. It's mad sick, man. I want to set one aside for myself, brother, but I'm still waiting for some more cash. But I'm gonna hit you up though. I'm gonna hit y'all up and get a copy.
Hey, shoot. Well, shit, I'll buy it for you. Not because but you should get it free for doing this. I'm like, hey, I'll pay for it too. Man. I don't give a fuck.
Nah, we got y'all, man. We'll send y'all some.
Yeah, my man.
Yeah, Hypesun, we need to send y'all some copies.
We'll work it out. We'll work it out. We will definitely work it out. But with that, 100%. Y'all, appreciate everybody's time. I know, Cuzzle, you came in late. It's all good, man. Next time you catch another one. But with that, y'all, we're out. Catch us next time for another interview with more interviews. But at the end of the day, don't forget to write your memories, your memoirs, and continue to experience this life. Other than that, we are out.
Peace, man.
Peace.
Peace out.